Good morning, fam. Today, we're dedicating a full hour to recharging every muscle, unlocking deep flexibility, and grounding ourselves both physically and mentally for the day ahead. Whether you've woken up stiff, feel stressed, or just want to set a powerful tone for your day, this routine is for you. This isn't just stretching, it's a journey. Each movement has been carefully designed to flow seamlessly into the next, warming up your body gradually, engaging key muscle groups and promoting balance and relaxation. We'll start with grounding stretches to ease tension, build into dynamic movements for flexibility and strength, and finish with restorative poses to leave you feeling refreshed and aligned. And here's why this sequence is so powerful. We begin with grounded poses like child's pose and cobra stretch to gently wake up the spine and open the chest. From there, we activate key muscle groups like your hips, glutes, and shoulders with movements such as fire hydrants and kneeling side angle stretches. Dynamic transitions like semi-hula hoops and full hula hoops will help increase mobility and circulation, while stretches like the butterfly stretch and pigeon pose unlock deep flexibility in the hips. We'll finish with restorative and lengthening stretches, ensuring you feel calm, balanced, and ready to take on the day. No equipment is needed, just a mat, some space, and your commitment to focus on you. Let's step into this hour, not just for flexibility and strength, but to invest in your health, clarity, and confidence. Let's hit the mat. Let's begin with a grounding stretch that centers the mind and releases lower back tension. Child's pose is your go-to for relaxation and setting the tone for our routine. Start by kneeling on the mat. Bring your big toes together and separate your knees wide. Sit back on your heels, extending your arms forward on the mat. Lower your forehead to the mat and take a deep inhale, feeling your lower back expand. Exhale slowly, letting your hips sink closer to your heels. If your hips feel tight, keep your knees closer together and place a cushion under your hips for support. If you need more of a challenge, stretch your arms further forward and gently press your chest toward the mat to deepen the stretch. From grounding to energizing, Cobra Stretch wakes up your spine and opens up your chest, inviting energy and clarity into your body. Lie flat on your stomach with your hands placed under your shoulders. Press into your palms and lift your chest, keeping your elbows slightly bent. Roll your shoulders back and down, away from your ears. Inhale as you stretch through your spine and chest, exhaling to release tension in your lower back. If you're a beginner and find this a bit challenging, keep your elbows bent and lift only slightly off the mat to avoid straining your lower back. If you need more of a challenge, straighten your arms further and look up to deepen the back bend. But ensure there's no discomfort in your lower back. Now, let's flow between child's pose and cobra stretch to create a wave-like motion through your spine. This dynamic stretch helps release stiffness while building a smooth rhythm. Start in child's pose, sitting back on your heels and extending your arms forward. Inhale as you glide forward, lowering your hips and lifting your chest into cobra stretch. Exhale as you sink back into child's pose, feeling your hips stretch. Move fluidly, syncing each movement with your breath. If you're a beginner, keep the transition slow and limit the range of motion if your back or hips feel tight. Focus on deepening each position, extending further in cobra and sinking deeper in child's pose. This classic stretch is all about spinal mobility. Let's wake up each vertebra with this smooth and calming motion. Come onto all fours with your wrists under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Inhale as you arch your back, lifting your chest and tailbone toward the sky for cow pose. Exhale as you round your spine, tucking your chin to your chest for cat pose. Flow between the two movements, feeling each part of your spine stretch and release tension. If you're a beginner and need to keep this gentle, keep your movements small and focus on matching your breath with your motion. If you're advancing in this stretch and need more of a challenge, deepen the arch and round of your spine, emphasizing the stretch in each position. Let's build strength and length in the body with downward dog. This foundational stretch opens up your back, legs, shoulders all at once. Start on all fours, then tuck your toes under and lift your hips toward the sky. Spread your fingers wide and press into your palms to elongate your arms and spine. Let your heels reach toward the mat, feeling the stretch in your calves and hamstrings. Keep your neck relaxed, gazing towards your knees or belly button. If you're a beginner, bend your knees slightly to ease the stretch in your hamstrings. And if you're advancing in this stretch, straighten your legs fully and pedal your feet, deepening the stretch on each side. You're doing a great job, fam. We've laid the foundation with these grounding and energizing stretches. Let's keep this momentum going as we flow into deeper hip openers and spine mobility in the next sequence. Let's go. Have your hips been feeling tight? Well, let's unlock them with kneeling hip sit-ups, a simple yet powerful way to build flexibility and mobility. Begin in a kneeling position with your knees hip-width apart and your toes untucked. Place your hands on your hips or extend them forward for balance. Inhale as you lift your hips off your heels, coming into a tall kneeling position. Exhale as you lower back down slowly, letting your hips sink toward your heels. Repeat, focusing on a smooth and controlled motion. Beginners, place a cushion under your knees or sit on a yoga block to limit the range of motion. Hold the top position if you need a deeper stretch, engaging your glutes and stretching through your hip flexors. Let's add some fluidity to our movement with semi-hula hoops, a fun and effective way to loosen up your lower back and hips. Start in a tall kneeling position or standing with feet hip-width apart. Shift your hips in a circular motion to the right, drawing a half circle in front of you. Bring your hips back to center, then shift to the left, completing the semicircle motion. Focus on keeping the movement smooth and rhythmic. If you're a beginner, keep the circles small and controlled if you're new to this motion. To challenge yourself more, deepen the motion by leaning slightly forward and extending the range of your hip movement. Now we'll open the hips and inner thighs with the classic butterfly stretch. Perfect for grounding and releasing tension. Sit on the mat, bringing the soles of your feet together, letting your knees fall open. Hold onto your ankles or feet, sitting up tall and elongating your spine. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, gently lean forward, keeping your back straight. Focus on letting your hips relax and your knees drop closer to the floor. Sit on a cushion or yoga block to elevate your hips and reduce strain. If this is your first time doing this motion, if you need more of a challenge and to deepen the stretch, press your elbows gently against your knees and feel the stretch deepen. Let's fire up those hip rotators and improve mobility with this targeted seated internal hip rotation stretch. Sit on the mat with your knees bent, feet flat, hip width apart. Drop your right knee inward towards your left foot. Return to center. Then drop your left knee inward, alternating the motion. Move slowly, focusing on the stretch through your hips and thighs. Keep your movements smaller and controlled if you feel tightness. If you're like, Nate, this is too easy, try leaning slightly forward as you rotate to deepen the stretch and activate more muscles. It's time to wake up the glutes with fire hydrants, an essential move for strength and stability. Let's begin on all fours, with your wrists under your shoulders and knees under your hips, keeping your knee bent at 90 degrees. Lift your right leg out to the side, like you're opening a door. Lower back down with control, avoiding any sway in your lower back. Repeat this motion for 1 minute, focusing on engaging your glutes. Limit the range of motion if you're new to this stretch. On the other hand, if you need more of a challenge, add some ankle weights for extra resistance or hold the top position for a few seconds. Fam, you're doing amazing. Let's keep the momentum going. Your hips, thighs, and glutes are waking up, and we're building a solid foundation for the day. Let's dive into the next sequence to keep the energy flowing. Time to balance things out, fam. Let's activate the left side with another round of fire hydrants to keep those glutes engaged and stable. Begin on all fours, wrists directly under shoulders and knees hip width apart. Keep your left knee bent at 90 degrees. Lift it out to the side as high as you can without twisting your torso. Slowly lower back down, focusing on control and keeping your back neutral. Repeat for 1 minute, moving steadily and maintaining focus on your glutes and hips. If you're a beginner, start with smaller lifts to build strength and stability. If you need more of a challenge, do the same thing as you did on the right side. Add resistance with a looped band around your thigh or hold the top position briefly. Let's open up the sides of the body and loosen up the hips with a deep and energizing side angle stretch. Kneel on the mat with your right foot stepped out. Rest your right forearm lightly on your thigh and extend overhead, reaching toward your left side. Feel the stretch lengthen from your right hip through your rib cage and into your fingertips. You can hold steady for 1 minute, or you can swing your arm, making gentle big circles, breathing deeply to release tension. If you're a beginner, you can place your left hand further forward for extra support and balance the tension in your left arm and left knee. If you need a deeper stretch, you can bring your left arm closer to your knee and intensify the swing a little bit more. Switching sides now to ensure balance and symmetry. Feel the same release and lengthen through the opposite side. Step your left foot out to the side, keeping your right knee grounded. Rest your left forearm on your thigh and extend overhead, reaching for the sky. Focus on opening the left side, feeling the stretch from your hip to your ribs and shoulders. Breathe deeply for 1 minute, letting each exhale deepen the stretch. Beginners, keep the movement gentle and steady, using your right hand for extra support. If you're advancing in the stretch, try increasing the intensity by pulling your left arm closer to your knee and intensify the swings. And please don't fall on me here. Let's fire up your core and stabilize the body with Bird Dog, a movement that lengthens while stretching. Begin on all fours with your wrists under shoulders and knees hip-width apart. Extend your right arm forward and your left leg back, creating a long line from fingertips to toes. Hold briefly, then bring your elbow and knee together under your body. Extend again, moving with control and focusing on balance and stability. If you're a beginner, skip the elbow to knee movement and hold the extended position for a few breaths. If you're advancing in this stretch and need more of a challenge, add ankle and wrist weights for extra resistance, or hold the extended position for longer. Now for the left side. Fam, balance is the name of the game, and this stretch will ensure both sides are equally engaged. Extend your left arm forward and right leg back, keeping your core tight and back flat. Hold for a moment, then bring your elbow and knee together underneath your body. Repeat the movement, focusing on slow, deliberate transitions. Breathe steadily, maintaining control and engaging your core throughout. If you're a beginner, hold the extended position without moving for added stability practice. If you're advancing in this stretch, add a slight pulse at the top of the extension for extra engagement. Great work so far, fam. Your hips, core, sides are activated. Time to open up your chest and shoulders. Let's release tension from the upper body and invite a sense of lightness. Kneel on the mat with your knees hip-width apart. Clasp your hands behind your back or hold a towel if clasping isn't comfortable. Inhale deeply as you lift your chest and arms, pulling your shoulders back. Exhale and hold the position, letting your chest open wide while keeping your neck relaxed. If you're a beginner, keep the range of motion smaller, focusing on gently pulling the shoulders back. If you're advancing and need a challenge, deepen the stretch by pressing your arms further upward and lifting your chest higher. Our wrists do so much for us every day. It's now their turn for some TLC. Let's give them a well-deserved stretch. Extend your arms forward and gently make circular movements with your wrists. First in one direction. After 30 seconds, switch directions, maintaining a steady and controlled pace. Keep your fingers relaxed and focus on loosening up any tension or stiffness. This stretch is suitable for everyone, but advanced practitioners can add slight resistance by holding a light object like a water bottle or a small weight. Let's ease the weight off your shoulders, and I mean this literally. Neck rolls will help you let go of built-up tension and create space. Begin by sitting or standing tall with your shoulders relaxed. Lower your chin toward your chest and slowly roll your head to the right, letting your ear move toward your shoulder. Continue the roll, circling back to the left side, completing a full rotation. Switch directions after 30 seconds, moving slowly to avoid strain and maximize release. If you're a beginner, focus on smaller, controlled movements if your neck feels tight. If you need more of a challenge, incorporate a deep inhale as you begin each roll and a slow exhale as you finish. Let's loosen up the shoulders and upper back to improve posture and flexibility. Stand or sit tall and extend your right arm across your chest. Use your left arm to gently pull your right arm closer, keeping your shoulder down. Hold the position, feeling the stretch along your shoulder and the back of your arm. Breathe deeply, allowing your muscles to relax with each exhale. Keep the pull gentle and focus on maintaining good posture if you're new to the stretch. And if you need to deepen the stretch, add a slight twist in the torso. Switch sides now. We'll balance out that upper body release. Extend your left arm across your chest, using your right hand to pull it closer. Keep your shoulder relaxed and down as you hold the position. Focus on steady breathing, letting your muscles release tension with each exhale. Feel the stretch run from your shoulder into your upper back. If you're a beginner, keep the arm slightly bent if it feels more comfortable. Focus on good posture. If you need to increase the intensity, pull the arm closer to your chest. Fam, you're doing such a great job. Your upper body is feeling light and open. Your wrists and neck are tension-free, and your shoulders are primed for the day. Let's keep this energy going and move into the next sequence of stretches. To finish off stretching the arms and get more mobility in the hips, let's give those arms the love they need. Time to stretch and lengthen the triceps while opening up the shoulders. Stand or sit tall with your spine straight. Extend your left arm overhead, bending the elbow to bring your hand behind your neck or upper back. Use your right hand to gently pull your left elbow, deepening the stretch. Hold the position, feeling the length along your left tricep and shoulder. Breathe deeply, letting each exhale soften the tension. If you're a beginner, keep the pull gentle, or hold a towel between your hands to assist with the stretch. If you're advancing in the stretch, lean slightly to the right to incorporate a side stretch for added intensity. Switch to the right side now to create balance and symmetry in your upper body flexibility. Extend your right arm overhead, bending your elbow to bring your hand behind your neck or upper back. Use your left hand to gently pull your right elbow closer to your head. Hold and focus on steady, deep breathing, feeling the stretch run through your right tricep and shoulder. Relax your neck and keep your posture tall as you let the stretch do its work. If you're a beginner, do the same thing. Use a towel to bridge the gap between your hands if your range of motion is limited. If you're advancing and need more of a challenge, add a slight side bend to the left for a deeper stretch. Now let's activate those glutes and open up the hips. This move is perfect for building strength and flexibility in your lower body. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Press through your heels as you lift your hips toward the ceiling, squeezing your glutes at the top. Hold for a breath, then lower back down with control. Repeat for 1 minute. Focus on engaging your glutes and keeping your core steady throughout the exercise. If you're a beginner, reduce the range of motion, lifting only slightly off the ground. If you're advancing in the stretch, add a resistance band around your thighs for extra activation. Time to release your lower back and hips. This stretch is like a gentle hug for your body, melting away tension. Lie flat on your back and bring both knees towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins or behind your thighs, pulling your knees closer with each exhale. Gently rock side to side to massage your lower back against the floor. Feel the stretch in your hips, glutes, and lower back as you hold and breathe. If you're a beginner, keep one foot on the ground and hug one knee at a time if pulling both legs feels too intense. If you're advancing in the stretch, add a small circular motion with your knees to target different areas of your lower back. Let's dive into a deeper stretch for the hips and glutes. This is where tightness meets its match. Lie on your back and cross your left ankle over your right thigh, forming a 4 shape. Reach your hands behind your right thigh and gently pull your leg toward your chest. Keep your left foot relaxed and hold the position, breathing deeply to release the tension in your hip and glute. Feel the stretch intensify with each exhale, but stay within a comfortable range. If you're new to the stretch, place your right foot on the ground and gently press your left knee outward. If you're advancing in the stretch and you need to deepen the stretch, pull your right thigh closer to your chest. Fam, I'm very proud of you. You're doing a great job. Your hips are opening, your glutes are activated, and your body is moving with more ease. Let's keep this momentum going as we continue to balance things out and move to the next sequence of stretches. Let's balance it out by stretching the right side. This is your chance to deepen flexibility and ease tightness in the opposite hip. Stay lying on your back and cross your right ankle over your left thigh, creating a 4 shape. Reach your hands behind your left thigh, pulling your leg toward your chest. Keep your right foot flexed and breathe deeply, feeling the stretch along your right hip and glute. Adjust the intensity by gently pulling your thigh closer with each exhale. If you're a beginner, rest your left foot on the floor and lightly press your right knee outward. If you're advancing in the stretch and need to deepen the stretch, pull your left thigh closer to your chest while keeping your back flat. It's time to isolate the right glute, strengthening and activating this powerhouse muscle for better mobility and stability. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat, hip width apart. Extend your left leg straight up toward the ceiling, keeping your right foot grounded. Press through your right heel as you lift your hips toward the ceiling, squeezing your glutes at the top. Lower back down slowly with control. Then repeat for a full minute. Keep your left foot lightly touching the ground for added support. If you are new to this movement, keep your left foot lightly touching the ground for added support. If you're advancing in this stretch, add a small hold at the top of each lift to intensify the engagement. Switch to the left side. Let's fire up the other glute to ensure strength and balance on both sides. Extend your right leg straight up toward the ceiling, keeping your left foot planted firmly. Press through your left heel to lift your hips, squeezing your glutes as you reach the top. Slowly lower down with control, focusing on isolating the left glute with every rep. Maintain steady breathing to fuel the movement and maximize activation. If you're new to the stretch, rest your right foot lightly on the floor if needed for balance. If you're advancing and need more of a challenge, pause for 2 to 3 seconds at the top of each lift for an added challenge. Let's strengthen the hamstrings and spine with this classic stretch that connects the body and mind. Sit on the floor with your legs extended out in front of you, feet flexed. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, reaching for your toes. Let your hands rest on your shins, ankles, or feet, depending on your flexibility. Breathe deeply, feeling the stretch along your hamstrings, calves, and lower back. If you're a beginner and new to the stretch, use a strap or towel around your feet for assistance and keep your knees slightly bent. If you're quite flexible and need to challenge yourself a little bit more, fold deeper with each exhale, bringing your chest closer to your thighs. Time to engage the core and strengthen the entire body with a steady and focused plank. Start in a high plank position with your hands under your shoulders and your body in a straight line from head to heels. Engage your core, glutes, and legs to maintain stability. Avoid letting your hips sag or pike upward. Breathe steadily, letting your breath fuel your endurance as you hold the position. Keep your gaze slightly forward to maintain proper neck alignment. If you're a beginner and new to the stretch, feel free to drop your knees to the ground while keeping your back straight. If you've been doing this for a while, Move into a low plank and come back into a high plank and add small shoulder taps, lifting one hand at a time while maintaining balance. Fam, I cannot emphasize how much I'm proud of you. You're doing such a great job. You've activated your core, stretched your hamstrings, and strengthened your glutes. The next sequence of stretches that we're about to begin is going to focus on dynamic flexibility and fluid movements. Now let's open up those hamstrings and wake up the spine with this simple yet energizing stretch. It's time to feel grounded and balanced. Stand tall with your feet wider than shoulder width apart and toes pointing slightly forward. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, hinge at the hips and reach your right hand towards your left foot. Alternate sides, letting your left hand reach for your right foot. Keep your movements steady and controlled. Feel the stretch along your hamstrings, inner thighs, and lower back with each touch. If you're a beginner, bend your knees slightly to ease the stretch. If you're advancing and need to deepen the stretch, keep your legs fully extended and twist slightly through your torso. Now, let's flow into a forward bend, releasing tension from the entire back of your body while calming your mind. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Inhale, reaching your arms overhead. Then exhale as you fold forward from your hips. Let your hands rest on the ground, your shins or your ankles, whatever feels natural. Keep a soft bend in your knees if needed, and let your head hang heavy. With each exhale, feel your hamstrings, calves, and lower back gently release. If you're a beginner, feel free to use blocks or a sturdy surface to rest your hands for added support. If you're advancing and need more of a challenge, work toward bringing your chest closer to your thighs with each breath. Now let's finish the sequence by challenging your balance and flexibility with Cossack lunges, a stretch that strengthens while lengthening. Start with your feet wide apart, toes pointing forward. Shift your weight to your right side, bending your right knee deeply while keeping your left leg straight. Point your left toes upward for a deeper stretch in the inner thigh. Push off the right foot to return to center, then shift to the left side. Keep the movements smooth and steady, feeling the stretch and strength built through your legs and hips. If you're a beginner, keep your hands on your thighs for support or reduce the range of motion. If you're ready for the next challenge, add a deeper squat to intensify the stretch and balance challenge. Fam, you're doing a fantastic job. You've worked your legs, opened up your hips, and energized your core. We're moving to restorative stretches. The next sequence of stretches are going to wind us down and center us. Let's shift gears for a moment with the frog squat. A deep stretch for your hips and inner thighs. This stretch strengthens and lengthens simultaneously, perfect for grounding and mobility. Begin with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart and toes pointing outward. Lower your body into a deep squat, bringing your hips down toward your heels. Place your elbows on the inside of your knees and press your palms together. Keep your chest lifted, spine long, and hips engaged. Breathe deeply, allowing your inner thighs to open with each exhale. Hold steady, feel the stretch deepen, grounding yourself in this powerful stretch. Use a sturdy surface like a chair or blocks for support if the squat feels too intense and the stretch is new to you. If you need more of a challenge, focus on keeping your heels flat and your posture upright. Fam, let's take a moment to catch your breath. With a gentle pause, feel free to sit on the mat, kneel, pace around, rest your hands on your knees or laps, and even close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath, a steady breath, feeling your body relax, reset after the deeper stretches. Use this time to center yourself and reflect on the moment. Just find a position that feels natural and comfortable. Let's bring gentle movement back into the body with a standing side bend to stretch your sides and spine. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Inhale as you lift your arms overhead, clasping your hands or keeping them parallel. Exhale as you gently bend to your right, reaching your left arm overhead and feeling the stretch along your left side. Hold for a few breaths, then return to center. Repeat on the left side, bending gently to the left and feeling the length through your right side. Stay grounded through your feet, letting your upper body flow naturally with each movement. If you're a beginner, place your hand on your hip for added support during the bend. If you're ready to challenge yourself, deepen the stretch by reaching further overhead with each bend. Let's combine strength and flexibility with the dynamic deep squat into T rotation, waking up your entire body. Start in a deep squat position, feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and toes pointing outward. Place your right hand on the ground for support and lift your left arm toward the sky, twisting through your torso. Hold the twist for a breath, then return to center and repeat on the other side, placing your left hand down and lifting your right arm upward. Move fluidly between sides, letting each twist stretch your spine and open your chest. If you're a beginner, feel free to use blocks under your hands for added support during the twist. If you're advancing in the stretch, sink deeper into the squat, engaging your core as you rotate fully. Now let's elevate your downward dog with a 3-leg variation, building balance and flexibility across the entire body. Begin in downward dog. Hands and feet grounded and hips lifted high. Inhale as you lift your right leg toward the sky, keeping your hips square and your core engaged. Exhale as you lower your leg back down. Repeat on the left side, lifting your left leg high and holding steady. Focus on lengthening through your spine and legs, creating space in your back and shoulders. Keep your lifted leg slightly bent to ease the intensity. If you're ready to challenge yourself, deepen the stretch by pressing your standing heel closer to the mat and lifting your leg higher. You've just pushed through powerful stretches that energize your hips, spine, and core. Let's take a moment to wind down and prepare for the final grounding poses. Let's move into a low lunge twist on the right side to activate your hips, spine, and core while opening your chest. Step your right foot forward into a low lunge, keeping your left knee grounded. Place your left hand on the mat for support and twist your torso to the right, reaching your right arm toward the sky. Breathe deeply, allowing the twist to stretch your spine and hips while opening your chest. Hold for a few breaths, then gently release the twist, returning to center. If you're a beginner and new to the stretch, place a block under your supporting hand for added stability. If you're ready for a challenge, deepen the twist by reaching your lifted hand further upward. Now, let's balance it out with a low lunge twist on the left side, focusing on releasing tension in your hips and lower back. Step your left foot forward into a low lunge, keeping your right knee grounded. Place your right hand on the mat and twist your torso to the left, lifting your left arm toward the sky. Hold the position, feeling the stretch through your hips, back, and shoulders. Slowly release the twist, returning to center and grounding your body. Beginners, keep your twist gentle and use a block for support if needed. Advanced stretches, sink deeper into the lunge to intensify the stretch. Let's settle into a low lunge on the right side to stretch your hip flexors and prepare your legs for full mobility. From your lunge position, keep your right foot forward and your left knee grounded. Sink your hips gently forward while keeping your torso upright and your core engaged. Feel the stretch in your left hip flexor and thigh as you hold the stretch. Stay here, breathing deeply, and let your body settle into the stretch. Beginners, keep your hands on your hips for stability. Advanced stretches, lift your arms overhead to deepen the stretch and engage your core with a slight back bend. To complete the balance, we'll transition to a low lunge on the left side, opening up your right hip flexor and grounding your body. Step your left foot forward with your right knee grounded, keeping your torso tall and your hips sinking gently forward. Hold the stretch, feeling the release through your right hip flexor and thigh. Breathe deeply, letting each exhale deepen the stretch and relax your body further. Focus on maintaining alignment through your spine as you hold steady. Beginners, keep your hands on your hips or thighs for balance. Advanced stretches, add an overhead arm reach for a more dynamic stretch. Fam, you're doing such a fantastic job. Your body is fully grounded and activated. We're about to finish strong with our final sequence, bringing balance and calm to this energizing session. But before we get to that, let's take a moment to reset. This rest period will allow your body to absorb the benefits of stretches you've done so far. You can lie flat on your back or sit comfortably on your mat. Stand, walk around, kneel down, any position you feel comfortable. You can close your eyes, relax your shoulders, take slow deep breaths. Focus on your breathing, letting it flow naturally, and feel your body grounded and calm. Let's dive back into the last. We're in the final stretch. Pun intended. Comment below if you got the joke. Let's go. Let's dive into pigeon pose on the right side to target deep hip flexibility and release tension stored in your lower body. From all fours, bring your right knee forward, placing it behind your right wrist, and extend your left leg straight back. Square your hips to the mat and keep your torso upright, or fold forward if flexibility allows. Hold here, breathing deeply, and let the stretch open your hips. Each exhale releases tension, sinking deeper into the stretch. Beginners, place a block or cushion under your right hip for support. Advanced stretches, walk your hands forward, Resting your forehead on the mat to deepen the stretch. And you can add good mornings, continuously folding forward to drop your forehead to the mat and lifting your chest up straight. Balance is the name of the game. We'll balance out the pigeon pose on the left side, continuing to open the hips and release stored tightness. Bring your left knee forward, placing it behind your left wrist, and extend your right leg back. Adjust your hips to stay square to the mat, keeping your chest lifted or folding forward for a deeper stretch. Breathe deeply, letting each inhale fill you with energy and each exhale sink you deeper into the stretch. Focus on the sensations in your hips and lower back as tension melts away. Beginners, use a cushion or block for additional hip support. Advanced stretches, do the same as you did on the right side. Add good mornings, folding forward completely, or stretch your arms out in front. Let's transition into puppy stretch to lengthen the spine and release tension from your shoulders. Start on all fours and walk your hands forward, lowering your chest toward the mat while keeping your hips elevated. Rest your forehead or chin on the mat, feeling the stretch along your spine and shoulders. Hold here, breathing deeply, and let each breath create space in your upper body. Keep your chest slightly lifted and focus on lengthening your spine if you're a beginner and need to keep this gentle. If you're an advanced stretcher and need more of a challenge, press your chest closer to the mat for a deeper stretch. Our final stretch is Child's Pose, a grounding and restorative pose to seal in all the benefits of today's session. Sit back onto your heels, bringing your knees wide and your big toes to touch. Extend your arms forward, resting your forehead on the mat, and allow your body to relax completely. Take deep breaths, letting your body sink into the mat with each exhale. If you're a beginner, place a pillow under your chest and thighs for additional support. If you're an advanced stretcher, walk your fingertips further forward for a deeper stretch through your back and shoulders. Fantastic work, fam. You've completed an hour of powerful full body stretching, grounding yourself, improving flexibility, and energizing for the day ahead. Remember to hydrate. If you're ready for more, explore our other routines or add a light workout to your day. Smash that subscribe button and grab your free customizable fitness program using the link in the description. Let's keep building strength, balance, and positivity together. And stay flexible, stay powerful, and I'll see you in the next session. Let's go.